Alright, we are live. This is Vertex versus Infinity, Game 1 for the deathmatch Wololo Ho 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 2022. We are with Phoenician Mirror. Awesome stuff we like to see. Starting off with some elephants for today's games. On the top right side, we got Infinity, one of the strongest contestants for this game. It's definitely a deathmatch main player from what I've seen. And on the bottom side, we got Vertex as well, starting also, both players starting off with the standard stuff. Seems both players trying to do an aggressive building after the second town center. Looks like Vertex is going for the stables. Oh, never mind. Infinity is going for something into the middle more than in his base. Looks like he's going very forward in his positioning, which probably a good idea considering how the map is kind of closed off in the middle. There are plenty of forest around, so definitely a good option from his side. We see Vertex is starting off to do a lot of stables, and Infinity is doing... Oh, I see, he's making towers in the middle, and in his base he's doing academy, so he's definitely gonna try to hold the ground on the middle, and with the uplights he's gonna be able to wipe up the armored elephants and the elephant archer. Remember that the elephants definition do have the unit that can easily wipe up the elephants. It's a full-on armor centurion. I think they're only missing the last armor upgrade or the last attack upgrade. But it's interesting, I see that Vertex is starting side chariots, so really not starting with elephants as I thought he would have. So definitely even more of a counterplay for him. The side chariots are good against getting the units, but there's already a tower of forest in the middle and they're picking up the units. There's already a centurion also holding the ground in there, so definitely the defense is going up in the middle. So you can see the terrain is looking kind of balanced right now. Both players expanding quite nicely. Infinity on the right and Vertex kind of in the middle part. There are some chariots on his base, but there are already some centurions to the pit. They're gonna perfectly able to defend themselves from all these units. Right now it's up the matter to see what would be Vertex plan. Will Vertex switch up to the centurions as well, or does he switch to the elephants? Which I wouldn't be surprised if he switched to Centurion right now. They look like Infinity is going full on Centurion. You can see all the academies going on from the top and the right side. So right now, kind of on a moving situation. You can see he's kind of feeling the pressure though that the side chariots are moving around. So, and the side chariots having the trample damage. A few good shots can kill you a lot of villagers, but you can see on the left side he's starting to spread as well. More and more academies coming up from the side of Infinity, and Infinity focusing everything on the center. On the other hand, we see siege workshops. Interesting. Some siege workshops and elephant archers from the side of Vertex. So Vertex not wasting his time when he knows the elephants are not that strong getting the building, so he's just gonna go to with some throwers, even though they're not a very good unit to get with some centurions moving on the bottom side. He has some towers in response, but there's nothing else again other than that, and those towers are not gonna be nearly enough. He has some elephant archers on his base though, but that's gonna be hard. They're not gonna do that much damage, especially they're in these cramped spots. The centurions are gonna do a very nice job, and you can see the centurions on the top side. More academies coming up, surrounded with some towers in his place, so definitely gonna be able to get that terrain for himself. But it's gonna be a hard situation for Vertex to come back to. We can see the side chariots. He's making a mix of everything actually. Like you can see side chariots, stone throwers, and elephant archers and armor elephants. So Vertex really trying to get every unit on his side to get all this Centurion army. But the Centurion army on the right side is already too big, and the one on the left is already growing as well. You can see plenty of more towers and plenty more academies going up on this side. Unfortunately, I don't know if he's still gonna be able to end. The side chariots are not getting any value at all, if you were to ask me. And he has still plenty, so unfortunately these side chariots are kinda like dead units just yet. Stone throwers trying to get some shots on the academies, on the top side, on the centurions. Getting some nice shots actually, getting quite some kills, but they're gonna be picked off. They were caught off guard and now they're gonna die. Tough situation because these are very expensive units, and I don't think he's in a situation to be losing any units just like that. Centurion's trying to come, Sidechariot trying to come in, trying to get some kills in the middle ground, but there are already Centurions expecting it, and this tower, this forest of tower is just too thick for the Sidechariot to just go through, and it's even growing more on the back, so not gonna be able to get through for the moment. Very tough situation going on right now. Vertex having some elephant archers on his top side, so definitely not giving it up, but just yet. But the bottom side is struggling big time because there are just too many Centurions on that side. You can see Vertex is putting some forest, some towers in his side to make a forest and defend himself, but not gonna be able to. The towers alone are not just good enough. They do good damage against the Centurion, but alone by themselves will just wipe out, especially an army against an army that big. Ooh, you can see just that they're getting through at 6, they are getting through the houses, the academy, and yes, towers alone are not doing a good job, unfortunately. No more units. I see some stun throwers. The main army seems to be focusing on the top though, so this army, and it's not even doing a bad job, a good job unfortunately on the side of Infinity. We can see he's completely pop capped. He's already getting some economy going, still going full on academy units. So Centurions is the name of the game for him. More towers coming up, and Vertex unfortunately been swarming his armies. His stone throwers completely destroyed, the bottom side completely destroyed as well, and the Centurions getting from the bottom and from the top. So unfortunately this looks like a matter of time, and just as I say that, Vertex just calls it. So unfortunately the first point goes for Infinity. Tough situation from the side of Vertex, very rough start. Maybe Sidechariot was not the best start for him, and especially against the Centurions, but well, I guess that was more of a matter of experience because Infinity was already getting some terrain with the towers on the center, so I don't know if that was like he was expecting it, because Armor Elephants would have not done well, would have done very well against that forest in the middle. Just looked like Infinity was not expecting them or something. I have no experience. And then so let's go to game 2 now. And now we got game number 2 starting off. Mirror Assyrian. And on the top side we got Vertex, and on the bottom right side we got Infinity. I like that Assyrian play because it's another mixed bag civilization where you can do a lot that doesn't necessarily it's mentioned in your like save bonuses. I like that you can do legions, and I like that you can do full on siege, and you can do the horse archers, even though they are not like fully upgraded. So it's a very nice combination of units that you can see. You can even do cataphracts as well, now that I remember it. So it definitely has plenty of options, especially for deathmatch. We can see Vertex is doing up some archery rangers on his base, so he's probably going to start off with some horse archers in his this horse archers very devastating unit. Let's see if he is able to capitalize on those early picks on the villagers, stopping buildings and stopping economy. And then you can see he's kind of making more legions left, so he's gonna switch up to the legions after that. And you can see from the side of Infinity is going full on siege on his base, at least going full on siege. You remember that the Syrian siege is fully powered, full heavy catapults with all their upgrades, and Alepolis with all their upgrades, so plenty of options from the siege side. And the other hand is that you can see Vertex is already making some units as well. Some horse archers getting some nice picks on the base, getting the first kills on the villagers. However, they're being left unattended, and now they're being killed off by the legions. So the legion batch coming from the side, and on the right side we can see Infinity is putting some towers, so it's definitely gonna get a forest there very soon and be able to hold him ground very there, especially considering that the terrain it's like kind of close, and he has the siege right in the cliff, so he's gonna be able to get quite the terrain in there. For now, let's see how it's gonna go. We can see him making some barracks as well. The first legions are kind of messing up in the middle. Vertex doing a nice job expanding himself, but there's plenty of terrain left on the left side, so let's see if he's able to use that as well. You can see Infinity not wasting his time, putting some towers on the front to the himself on the left side, some towers on the right side, over a hill too. That's a very nice position. And remember that Assyrian legions do not have any armor, any shield pierce shield upgrades, so right now they are taking the damage full on, which is 20 points of damage, which is a lot for these ballista towers. So We can see the first camp idol coming on the middle and on the right side. One more archers trying to sneak in and actually successfully doing so, but there's some siege already expecting. This siege is very dangerous and he has to do a lot of micro to get these units going, and that doesn't seem to be the case. Some siege coming in the middle of the battle, looking like it's uncontrolled for the side of Vertex. Vertex not getting his mass just yet. The legions are coming from the side of Infinity, but Infinity is sending them to their death. But if left unattended, this siege is gonna die and it's gonna be kill trouble for Vertex. But look like that's not gonna be the case for this scenario. The legions are coming up in the middle. He's kind of cleaning up on the top side as well. Some siege is coming to the top side, top right side as well. So very dangerous. Some horse archers already coming as well. You can see, it's interesting to see that Infinity did not make any horse archers. And look at the spread armor, and like he's completely spread out on all his map. He took his half, you could say. Vertex yet to take all the time, the space that he can take as 3 more units moving in to get this siege, but the legions are gonna get picked up. The siege is very dangerous shots coming from the side of the space, doing very nice micro coming from Infinity on the right side. So right now these legions are gonna be killed off very badly on his side. Let's see, he's gonna be able to do. How will Vertex do? Vertex is trying to move out into the middle. He got plenty of siege and he's got some Malepolis as well. However, Infinity is already here as well with some heavy catapults of his own. It's gonna be a catapult war. Let's see, he's gonna be able to do. And he has plenty of legions on the left side. Vertex do not have legions on this side. He only has units on the right side, and they are fading away little by little. Though these legions are getting in on this side as well. Tough situation coming from the side. Vertex pulling back his siege, coming up in the middle. Tough situation right now. We don't see 145 population. He has plenty of food. He doesn't have gold though, or stone, so he definitely cannot make more fortification buildings on his side or his siege whatsoever. He still got plenty of queue of catapult though. So definitely not out of resources just yet, but the legions are getting picked up way too good. Like, look, very nice micro coming from both players, getting those shots on the legions. Legions taking on full on damage and dying horribly against this siege from both sides actually. However, it looks like Vertex is kind of getting his terrain going up. Got Infinity perfectly fine on his economy, 211, and you can see he's going full on his queue with just legions and barrier, a lot of villagers. So he's definitely gonna start to get some boom going on his side, which is kind of a hard situation that's kind of the Vertex gonna need later on. But right now, in this little siege war, very nice siege war, very nice micro from both players moving around their units, trying to get those shots on the heavy catapults. Right now, not getting any. Looks like the situation is kind of favorable for Vertex. Vertex getting better shots, but Infinity still has a lot of units going on. More siege coming from the side of Vertex, home reinforcements coming up. And they are pushing in the middle as well, so very nice stuff right now. Vertex holding his ground quite nicely. And this side on the right side though, we can see Infinity trying to push in again. So definitely not letting Vertex catch a break from any side. But still, very nice micro coming from this side. So nice shots coming from this side. Vertex, losing a lot of siege now. That's not a very favorable situation anymore. Legions trying to get those catapults, but there were plenty of units already there waiting on the defense. So not gonna be able to get anything on his side. Infinity pointing to the heavy catapults as well. So, these heavy catapults being cleaned out. This is a very disadvantageous situation for Vertex. Vertex should definitely be trying to retreat a little and focus on the heavy catapults, because right now they are focusing on the legions, which are not the main source of damage, but it's because he's being pressured from all sides as well. So definitely hard to keep your cool in situation like this, where you're being attacked from the bottom, attacked from the right side, and surrounded with towers. Like right now, this Vertex are in here. So Malepolis is coming to support the Infinity units, but it looks like Vertex is gonna keep his ground one more time. The right side still under his control, and on the bottom side is a tough situation. But you can see Infinity, very nice base, perfectly able to continue working on this. He can do this all day, really. So let's see, was able to heal. Mokata was trying to get the buildings of Vertex. Vertex having a little heal, but he's not using it just yet. He's not focusing his fire on the right units. And right now, ooh, more damage coming up on this side. On the statistics, we take a little quick look. The timeline mostly favor on Infinity by a bit, but the population is definitely not a bit that different from between Vertex and Infinity. Vertex now 212 population, getting a better economy, having plenty of food and gold. So right now he's still got plenty to go on around. Let's see if how long will this last, or who's gonna be able to push through first. More catapults coming from the side of Vertex, and definitely the left side seems to be more favorable for Vertex. However, he's getting plenty of legions, but they are not like being massed up that big just yet. It's like a good number, but not a big number, not a dangerous number. That number that we're used to see, like for example in Legion plays, or in Chosen plays, or Romance. But definitely trying to get those numbers up. More catapults coming on this side, and you can see little by little getting his terrain kind of up, getting some nice push-up, and holding his route on the right side. You can see as Infinity has switched up to full on towers on the right side, so that's definitely a situation to buy himself some time. Probably feeling some pressure on the left side. Catapults moving in, some leeches going in. Nice shots getting those Telepolis in there. Definitely focusing the right shots in here. However, there's more units coming on the side of Infinity. On the left side, more towers coming in, plenty of villagers, so it's definitely gonna try to forget a forest coming in his face to stop this pressure from coming, which is definitely a good call. Though just 3 heavy catapults left from the side of Vertex right now for this side, and plenty of units on the left side for Infinity, so definitely little by little looks like Vertex has lost the advantage that he had on this bottom side. More catapults coming though, so definitely not throwing more, not giving it up just yet. However, the numbers now favor Infinity big time, so let's see how will he be able to do something about this. Oh, more units coming down. Heavy catapults coming on the right side, trying to get those towers. Paying attention though, he can see that there are some heavy catapults from Infinity in this side, so not letting himself defeat just yet. On that side, on the bottom side, still this is a catapult warfare. Villagers being pulled in, probably trying to get some pick, but doesn't get anything on the process. The shots are definitely favoring Infinity in this time though. Definitely the micro seems to be on his side, getting much more better engagement, even despite the units look pretty similar. And right now this right side seems like it has calmed down a bit. Not many legions or many towers going out. The main focus seems to be on the bottom side. Infinity pushing to the top, plenty of catapults, many for him. Lots more units coming. He pulling back his units quite nicely. The legions are coming in. Heavy catapult shots are coming right now, not getting. Ooh, very nice micro, but oh, they're gonna get killed off in the second turn. Villagers coming in to get some hits, some distraction, and look like they're doing it just yet. Some legions are reaching in on this side. Ooh, very tough shots coming though. The legions are kind of favoring. And see this side of Vertex, some catapults coming from Vertex, and oh, this is gonna be killed off very horribly. No, oh no, okay, just 3 catapults left from the side of Vertex. Vertex, tough situation. Some chariots coming in, so definitely gonna try to support the units that he's already getting. You can see timeline is still balanced, but the numbers, the military, I'd say it's pretty favorable for Infinity, unfortunately. It's 131 population from Infinity and completely pop capped, as you can see. So definitely letting himself go like crazy right now. So coming right now, we can see more villagers coming on the right side. The tough situation from this side, from both sides actually. So horse archers coming to support from the side of Vertex, definitely trying to get some shots because these are already. Side chariots are making this look like an out of control situation, not getting many kills going on. The Legion's doing a nice job holding the chariots, but remember that these are considered trash units, so Infinity is gonna have much more gold for the the heavy catapults. So, and you can see it's kind of peeling off. Vertex still with plenty of full catapult, but not much gold in the bag just yet. So maybe legions. It's time to stop making legions and start making something more of a trash unit like the chariots and like Infinity is doing, or chariot archers. Let's see how will that pay off. Catapults are kind of messing up from the side of Vertex again, but Infinity already got plenty of units. He's making some ranges on his side, so he's probably trying to go Chariot archers on the right side. You can see the legions are getting in. The catapults are doing their damage now. It's gonna be a matter of time before Vertex gets through the unit gets through his economy little by little. Infinity is patiently getting through, as you can see. Vertex doing a nice job defending himself though, but these little micro wins is what's defining the factor. You can see, for example, Vertex doesn't have any units on the front, plenty of catapults, but and it's very dangerous for him to get out. He's losing plenty of catapults just for that little those like small amounts. It's not that many, and you can see archers are coming from the side of Infinity. Infinity is gonna get some nice damage on the side, right side on the of Vertex being pressured on as well. More legions coming on this side, not gonna be able to push through just yet, but like, this is tough. This is tough from the side of Vertex, being too much pressure from both sides. Like you cannot get units on any side because little by little the micro movements are getting better and better. The catapults, like you can see, the big mass is coming, more units coming on the die, and getting just one shot. Like you can see, these distractions get plenty of kills. You get 5 catapults went down, 6 catapults went down just from those little villagers coming in and Vertex pulling back. So definitely a pressure point from Vertex. More catapults coming on his base. Legions are in the base just standing still, but once they're hit, they're gonna try to get those. They're gonna get killed off before they arrive. But you can see, more towers coming into the hill of Infinity. Infinity doing a very nice job. Vertex losing that ground big time. Plenty of villagers dead. And right now, unfortunately, Infinity pushing from all sides. Very advantageous situation for Infinity. Definitely gonna be able to get some villagers coming in to try to get those kills on the catapult, but losing too many units in the process. More towers coming from the side on the right side. Chariot archers coming from Vertex to support his units, but you can see the map that the units are mostly from Infinity, and look at the amount of catapults, just crazy amount of catapults, heavy catapults shooting the woodcutters, and they're losing wood in the process because the power of the woodcutters as they're cutting the wood. Right now, chariot archers not being able to pull through on anything, just armies from all sides. Vertex losing his terrain very badly, little by little. Unfortunately, this is a matter of time before Vertex just keeps up, not just going on full chariot archers, and you can see the mass is not getting much value of it. Also, this, on the other hand, we see Infinity have a mass of catapults, like plenty of catapults. Villagers are coming in from the side of Infinity trying to pick up these remnant catapults, doing a very nice job, just pulling away when the shots come out, moving in again to get the shots. Very nice holdout from the side of Infinity. On the meantime, the main army, while this Vertex is trying to defend himself from those villagers, the main army is just cleaning up everything. So many villagers dead from the side of Vertex. Trying to chop that wood, but not getting anything in the process, unfortunately. More villagers coming in on the top side, but be completely cleared off by the towers. Some my villagers coming into the middle, doing some little dancing, while the catapults are doing the cleanup on the buildings. But now, it's gonna be a GG from the side of Vertex. You can see much more catapults from the side. Even Infinity has catapults on his base, so definitely no storage of catapults coming from here on his side. On the other hand, Vertex just going full on chariot archers, and we see the GG call. Very nice holdout, very tough gameplay. You can see Assyrian, plenty of options, and you can see Infinity capitalize on all of them. We'll take a look at the statistics real quick. We can see the kills, big favor from Infinity, over 300 kills more. The villagers, very balanced. The gold is actually pretty balanced, both players getting almost the same amount of gold. Probably Infinity just using it a lot more better. But the timeline also pretty balanced. You can see little spikes that favor Infinity, but most of the time pretty streamlined for now. So for now, that's gonna be game 2, and that gets a second point for Infinity. Going off to game 3. And we are up with game 3 right now. We are Babylonian, another nice civilization for deathmatch, or at least another civilization I enjoy to see, because the towers, I like seeing the towers being played like in a forest, and Babylonian towers are very good. We can see they also have chariot arch, horse archer, not heavy horse, just horse archer, and they are the units that they got is side chariot, heavy catapult, and legions. So let's see, we might see another mixed bag play like we saw in the beginning. We can see Infinity on the right side is moving to the middle. He's probably gonna try to get some terrain on his side like he did on the first game, getting some towers to get some advantage on the terrain. On the other hand, we see Vertex trying to get some horse archers. So it's something like we see that the horse archers are trying to get some damage on the units, but Infinity already has some towers on this side. How camping here is a weird situation. Looks like Infinity is doing a very nice job, doing some holding the ground in the middle. We can see towers are already up, and there are plenty more to come on his side. Barracks coming on the back, so definitely already terrain is already favoring Infinity big time. Just look at how forward he is. He already took like 60% of the map for himself, and he's already denying buildings. He denied a tower that he was doing. Vertex probably already knows and switched off to the legions. However, there's already a forest on the coming, so it's gonna be hard for him to do something about it once this forest is up. He's already getting some siege workshops on the back. Definitely trying to capitalize, get that forest very early on, but I don't think he's not getting anything right now. These legions are just gonna die by themselves. Definitely should not be sending them just yet. He should try to get some forest, some towers in the front so that he can hold his terrain much better. The horse archers particularly to the waist right now, not getting anything in the point in the middle of this fight. Right now, some horse archers are trying to hold out into the middle. Some legions trying to get the towers as well, but I don't think the legions are not nearly the number required. And the more it takes, the more you can see Infinity just messing them peacefully in the base. Now the legions are moving in. The horse archers are trying to in the base. Some catapults coming as well, but doesn't look like it's gonna be nearly enough. The mass is just too big. A pit coming from Vertex, so definitely that gold is not gonna be picked up anytime soon. And for now, catapults coming. That's a nice corner position though. We can definitely get some nice shots. However, some catapults are trying to get a bit too forward. It's gonna get some damage into them. The horse are just completely wiped out at the moment. No more legions on the front side from Vertex, but at the same time, no more legions from Infinity. Look like Infinity. Vertex held his ground in this situation, but there are too many towers to push forward, at least on the top side. He could try to push on the bottom side. Now he's got plenty more catapults, some more legions coming on his side, so he's definitely messing his numbers on all sides. But the population, Infinity looking a lot, very strong, 120 population from the side of Infinity. Yeah, and it looks like it's not going to stop anytime soon. Switching up to side chariots, so definitely gonna start getting some other type of units, especially to get those catapults, which is a very nice call. So he's gonna do start to go also with plenty of villagers. Definitely economy going up. You can see he has completely exhausted his stone, so he's mining some more, so definitely made usage of those Babylonian bonus quite nicely. On the other hand, we see Vertex kinda not quite, in my opinion, like not many towers being found in his place. So it's gonna be hard for him to do anything afterward. Some side chariots coming in from the left side from Vertex, so there's nothing left on the left side, but there can definitely get some houses, and once they sneak into Vertex economy, it's gonna be tough for him from defending so many. We can see some defensive towers coming in response from Vertex, so side chariots trying to get some villager picks on his side. Vertex 110 population, so not that far behind in this side for the side of Vertex, but Infinity doing a very nice job pressuring from all sides, pushing now on the left side as well. The middle holding his ground as well, so it's not gonna be a good situation from the side of Vertex right now. Plenty more side chariots coming in right now, looking looking to soak some damage actually. They're trying to get more into the economy, but Vertex is more prepared this time. He has some legions on this side, and they can still get to the very left though, so it's gonna be, he better be careful on that kind of situation. And you can see the side charts are being pulled out to the very edge of the map. Vertex getting his number little by little, and you can see Infinity doing that as well. Unfortunately, that's not something that you want to do when you don't want to let the enemy be that peaceful. For Vertex on the defense in this kind of situation, trying to move up some legions, but the right side is completely swarmed with the heavy catapults. And side chariots coming in, going to get these shots. Very good unit to get this siege against the heavy catapults. Vertex being forced to pull back again. The catapults being lost on the way. Only 3 heavy catapults remaining compared to the Infinity that has so many heavy catapults. It's not gonna be a good situation from his side. We can see Vertex not giving up just yet on the top side. He's starting to move up some legions. The heavy catapults focusing on the heavy stone throwers. I mean the ballista towers. So definitely trying to get some terrain on his side, which is quite nice to see. I think he's gonna be able to pay off. Not many side chariots going up on that side. Only 4 towers, so definitely he can push up. However, Infinity is doing some more painting on the top side that Vertex I don't think has noticed. So those barracks are gonna get some more legions up and gonna be able to get a defense going. So you can see now legions coming to the top side from the side of Infinity, trying to stop this little push going on this top side. So probably acknowledging that this might be an actual threat, but quickly fading it away so that we don't get any surprises from his side. And now Infinity getting more barracks as a wall, getting some towers on his side. So it's gonna be hard for Vertex to push anytime soon again from that side. For now, I think that's kind of a stale situation. Both players kind of just holding their terrain a little bit, not really pushing. We can see Infinity putting some more towers on the front. Vertex not really having anything to reply against, and now a very big pump of Infinity coming on this side. Plenty of legions on side Infinity, and the side chariots are moving in, so this is definitely a big strike coming from Infinity. Coming on the top side, trying to get some buildings. Oh, sneaking in, so he could get all those villagers, but he's definitely getting all the way in. More villagers, more legions coming up with this way. Very big cleanup. Vertex completely overwhelmed from both sides. Tough situation, putting this on at 3-0. Hard to defend. Vertex on a tough spot right now, with having to deal with so many heavy catapult, ballistas, and legions from all sides. It was hard for him to come back after losing so much units. You can see the military 408, 362, so he definitely kept himself on the game. 173 and 142 villagers with favor of Infinity, so Infinity really booming up into his game. So he would get going for a lot of time. Timeline, you can see more in favor of Infinity, but it was like at 60%. And now onto the final game. And we are live with the final game. Is this the match point of Infinity? We're about to find out. We start off with Yamato. So Yamato mirror, plenty of cavalry is coming up, heavy horse archers, heavy catapults, heavy horse archers, cataphracts, and centurions are the units of preference for the side of Yamato. You can see Vertex right off the bat building up some stables after his second town center. We can see this is a very offensive move that is usually done. So he tries to get some cataphracts going into the economy, get some early kills on the villagers. Some villagers come moving in from the side of Infinity. Infinity getting a bit out of the bed of his forest. Right now it's looking like the position, the more forward position is for the side of Vertex. Vertex putting some stables on the back, which is a bit cool. Which is a bit weird because like you want your buildings to be on the front. But I guess they get the job done, and we can see the first cataphract coming up from Infinity, already finding the base of Vertex and killing a villager on the way. So definitely a painting is gonna be denied from that part. And you can see for now the units are coming Vertex has what he requires to defend himself, but he doesn't have anything of economy just yet. More villagers coming in on the Vertex playing a bit defensively, so right now while he's cleaning up his defense, he's gonna be able to get some land on if he's gonna get some land. And you can see Vertex is getting some cataphracts on his soul into the enemy, trying to get some villager kills, which he definitely did, but the forward position is looking very favorable for Infinity right now. Plenty much more stables from his side against what Vertex has. Let's see if Vertex is able to come back from this. It's looking like cataphracts are in numbers favorable position for Infinity. Infinity putting off some towers. Remember, these are sentry towers. These are weak ass towers. And with cataphracts, speeds, armor, they do a puny damage, but there's a lot of them and there are cataphracts in them. So definitely gonna be able to at least hold their ground at least for the time being. Some workshop coming from the side. So Vertex gonna try to get some catapults to the side to get him. The catapults from this guy from the Yamato are the same exact as the ones Venetian, just stun thrower with the full upgrades. Right now, some horse archers are supporting the shots. So definitely, the cataphracts are not gonna last long from the side of Vertex. Vertex, I don't see any archery ranges, so he's probably gonna keep himself to the cataphracts, and you can see little by little he's being pushed away. It's a tough situation from his side. More towers coming onto the top side, trying to get a forest going probably to hold his ground, but I don't think like that side there's nothing to hold against. There's no economy on that side, unfortunately. So little by little, Vertex losing his terrain. The cataphracts holding in. There are heavy horse archers. These horse archers are doing a lot of job, hitting 8 damage on each shot. Because this is looking like a very tough situation from the side of Vertex. You can see, it's interesting to see that neither player has kind of spread out to the half of the map. Like there's half of the map as if these were 4v4, and these players have their own half. So the other half is completely empty. We can see Infinity is moving some Yamato horse archers, but right now he's only putting home horse archers to prevent Vertex from spreading around, which is a nice call. But I don't think Vertex has time to spread around right now. He's just holding his ground quite terribly, unfortunately. I would say little by little you can see the numbers are just in favor of Vertex. I mean of Infinity. So many cataphracts and so many horse archers. There are so many horse archers and I don't see any horse archer from this side of Vertex. So Vertex not gonna be able to get anything on this fight. Look like this is a GG situation, and unfortunately cataphracts are a very expensive unit. You can see Vertex is already mining gold, and just losing them like that, all that investment on the fight is a terrible situation from his side. You can see the more units called, Vertex just calls it. Very nice game call from these players. Infinity stomping Vertex 4-0, but regardless, very well played against a player like Infinity, a very experienced deathmatch player. Definitely show his abilities in deathmatch and his experience. We can see the timeline. Unfortunately, this is the most strongest one that we've seen, where Infinity big time against Vertex. Yamato, it's a very hard civilization to fight against. Very well played from all sides, so that's gonna be the 4 point for Infinity. Until then, I think the final game that would be Infinity versus Cool. So when that comes up, I will let you know, everyone. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.